Hello, fellow edutaimentees. Injasuti here. I hope you're all well and that you're having a good week. It's been a while since I did my last video, and I'm glad to see that they're helping some of you with some difficult sounds. And I hope that this one will as well. So the sounds we're going to cover today are the TH sound, the voiced and the unvoiced, which I'll explain, and also the W sound. Some people struggle with that as well. So you will see how I'm shaping my teeth and my lips to make these sounds, and then we will read some words. And repetition, doing it over and over and over again, is the way to make your brain realize what you need to do in this area to make that sound. All right? So as you can see here, we've got the two TH sounds. Now, if you remember from the ED ending video, I explained about voiced and the unvoiced sounds. So do you remember some sounds like S, P, T? Those are unvoiced because your voice box is not being used. But on the other hand, the V, D, B, those are voiced. You can feel the vibration in your fingertips. All right, so we've got two sounds for the TH that you probably have heard but might be struggling with, and we're going to do that first, and at the end we will do the W sound and also the WH sound, I beg your pardon, the V sound. All right, so let's start with the TH. All right, now this is the position here. It shows you a little drawing of what you need to do. So your lips are relaxed, okay? And the tip of the tongue is placed between the top and the bottom teeth. And this slows down the airflow coming from your lungs. All right, it slows it down so that you are in control. So that is, so your tongue is just poking out between your two teeth, and your teeth, top and bottom, are fairly close together. Just your tongue is preventing them from shutting. And your tongue is shaped a bit like this in the middle so the air can come out. Okay? Good. Okay, that's the placement. So the tongue is relaxed, the jaw is quite high up, and just the tip of the tongue is preventing your two teeth from shutting. Okay. So the best thing is to practice. Now these are the unvoiced sounds of the TH, all right? So we don't use the larynx. It's just the air coming out, okay? Thrifty. Threshold. Pathological. Depth. Break it up if you need to. Depth. Depth. Thriller. Southwest. Wrath. Now the Americans say wrath. It's up to you, wrath or wrath. Okay, this means anger. Thermal. Thermal. Thaw. Ethnic. Length. Length, length. Youth, youth. Growth. Sympathetic. Break the word up, and then when you're comfortable with that sound, then you can bring it together. Like pathological. Depth, 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 depth. Easier to do it that way. Break it up. Okay? So practice those words and see how you go. Now, we've got some more. Here are some phrases. Worth nothing. Worth nothing. Break through. Thinking. Thinking. Through. That's a difficult one with the R sound there. Through, through, through. thick and thin. Throw, things, pathetic, threat, thorough. Are you learning this thoroughly? Methodology, things to think about. Do it slowly and then you can speed up. Worth nothing, breakthrough thinking, through thick and thin, throw things, pathetic threat, thorough methodology, things to think about. All right, always start off slowly until your brain can remember what's happening here, and then soon you will never have to think about it again. Okay. So here is the voiced the. You can feel it here. The. So those, this, that, though, another, thus, within, brotherhood, seethe, gathering, withdrawal, otherwise, writhed, and clothing. Okay, so this is how they're said properly. Those, this, that, though, another, thus, within, brotherhood, seethe, long E there, seethe, gathering, withdrawal, otherwise, writhed, and clothing. Now in time you'll find that the tip of your tongue will go back a little bit. It won't stick out quite as much. It'll sort of go a bit more behind the teeth. But that happens later. So focus on having it stuck out first of all, like that. Okay? Good. So we have some phrases. Gathered together, other than that, with or without, you, withdraw or withstand. This is the thing, smooth leather at the end of the day. Gathered together, other than that, with or without you, withdraw or withstand. This is the thing, smooth leather at the end of the day. Okay, good. So here's a combination where we're jumping between the two, the unvoiced and the voiced. They walked through the thicket, even though it was thundering. All right, so the red ones, of course, are the unvoiced and the blue ones are the voiced. They walked through the thicket, even though it was thundering, and lightning probably as well. I bet they got wet. Okay, so now practice the TH sound. And once you've done it a lot of times, it'll come so easily to you. I promise you. Okay, now the W sound is another one that people struggle with. Okay, and that's purely the positioning of the mouth as well. Now, w is a voiced sound. Ooh, ooh. Now, can you see my lips are pursed? Ooh, as if I'm about to whistle. That's called pursing your lips. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. See my teeth I can get a finger in there, in this position. So they're not shut, the jaw is dropped slightly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the air is coming out freely. I'm not stopping the air, all right? It's coming out freely. The sound comes when I drop my bottom lip. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so it's controlled to start with, and then drop the bottom lip. Ooh, ooh. So it sort of relaxes a bit more. So it's pursed, and then it relaxes. As it says here, start with the lips forward, as in boot, ooh, and then immediately pull the lips back to the neutral schwa position. So ooh, ooh. The air's coming freely out. Ooh. Okay, and then we put the following sound onto that. So that could be ooh-wee, ooh-wah, ooh-wah, ooh-wah. Okay, but start off with ooh-wah, wah, wah. Okay, good. So let's read some words. Will, worldly. That's difficult with the LDL. So go world, worldly, worldly. Break it up. Worldly, worldly. He is a very worldly person. He is a man of the world. He's very experienced. Worldly. Wi-Fi. Workshop. Someone. Now you know that O-N-E is pronounced like a W, don't you? But we have its synonym, W-O-N, which is also one. Okay, so someone. And the C-Q-I, or the Q-I, is qua. So acquisition. So it has a C sound, qua. Okay, qua. Acquisition. And there again, the QI has that W sound, equivalent, with a K sound there too. So equivalent. Quadruple, meaning 4 times. Quad is 4. Quad. Nationwide. Workable. Liquidity. Okay, so that QI gives you that qu sound, which is a C and a W together. Quiddity. Okay, English is difficult. Or it's confusing actually, not so much difficult. Okay, so let's read these phrases. Working woman. Wealth of the world. Widely watched. Were we? Quick way. Willingness to work. Worldwide network. We won by 1 point. Okay, there are your homonyms there, or homophones. Can't remember anymore. Okay, won by 1 point. Okay, so wa. Good. Okay. We were on a wild goose chase for a while, which was a total waste of time. We got nowhere. It's a wake-up call for all of us. William and I go way back. That means we've known each other for a very long time. We go way back. We both worked on Wall Street as traders. We quit last week and went to a wacky wedding. Not a traditional wedding, but a really wacky one. Okay, funny and strange. Okay, so practice those. Now, a lot of the older people, and certainly people in Scotland and Wales and Ireland and even in south of the United States, they still use the hwa sound when they come across WH words. Hwa. So instead of going w, where the air is controlled at the back of your throat and then you release it, w, or very slow. It slows very slowly, because it's coming through your voice box. If it's voiceless and it's at the beginning of the word, we can go hua. So it's a hua. Now, it's not common. People have dropped it. But if you hear people saying it, it's quite old-fashioned, and I think it's quite nice. I like it. Mind you, I'm too lazy, so I don't say it as much as I might have done some time ago. But if you do, well, that's fine. That's up to you. But when you hear it, you'll know it's quite old-fashioned, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so let's have a look at some of those words. What? What did you say? Instead of what. Okay, what did you say? Which one do you mean? Which one do you mean? When are you coming? When are you coming to see me? Where are you? Sounds strange, doesn't it? Where are you? Why are you standing there? Why? And whether or not you're coming, that's fine. Wha. Wha. Okay, but of course these words at the bottom, you know how to say that, and the W and the WH don't come into these ones. They have an H sound, so don't confuse them. Who? Who are you going to? Whom? And you know that's the object in a sentence. Whom are you going to see? Whose car is that? Whose car is that? So those are the exceptions. Okay, there's always exceptions. All right, so that's the wh sound. If you don't want to learn that, that's fine. But if you hear people saying that, you know that it used to be like that, but not so much anymore. We tend to drop the breathy sound and just go w instead. Okay. So, the V sound, v, v. Now I'm putting my bottom lip right up against my top teeth. Looks funny, doesn't it? And I'm forcing air out through the tight space that's there. And if I do it, I can feel my bottom lip buzzing a little bit. It's tingling. So see my teeth slightly apart? Ooh, tickle, tickle. Okay, sounds like a bee or a fly buzzing. Okay, so the top teeth gently make contact with the bottom lip and the air squeezes past because there isn't much of a gap. This makes the F sound and also the V sounds. If I don't use my voice box, and it sounds like the F. Fantastic. Flood. Now we've done the F and another one, but because the F and the V, the same is here, they're exactly the same shape here, but one is voiced and one isn't. Okay, so the V is the voiced version of the F. So and okay. Okay, let's try some words. Investigation, vacancy, venue, vision, verify, video, violation, verdict, approval, consecutive, university, captives, deprived, and dissolved. Ooh, tickles when I do that. Okay. So overseas investors, vice versa, viable ventures, victimless activity, virtual victory, advance approval, passive aggressive, valuable advice. All right, so as I've always said, overdo it, exaggerate these things like I'm doing now, all right, when you're practicing. This is the way your brain remembers what's happening in this area. And when you're just saying these words so quickly, then you can turn it back, and then you will sound like this. Overseas investors, vice versa, viable ventures, victimless activity, virtual victory, advance approval, passive aggressive, and valuable advice. Okay? So that's how you will sound once you've really emphasized it to begin with. So take time to do it the first way by overemphasizing and breaking up the words into syllables. Always the easiest way to learn. Right. The investigation of VAT Now VAT is an abbreviation, or it's an acronym for value added tax, which is something that governments add on to everything that you buy, and then it has to go to the government for their tax. In Australia, we call it GST, which is goods and services tax. I don't know whether you have the equivalent in your country, but that's what VAT means. And we call it an acronym because it's, although they are initials, the first initials of each word, value added tax, we can say it as a word. If we couldn't say it as a word, it would just be called an abbreviation, okay? Anyway, that's something else. The investigation of VAT fraud was prevented by the governor. Volatilities in share price make investors vulnerable and require vigilance. Victor is available to fill the void for Vera, who will be on her maternity leave in 5 months. Vision is the art of seeing things invisible. Isn't that true? Okay. And here's a combination. One victim quickly avowed to view the wife's whole version. Do you remember the WHOLE is whole? It's no W there. We use the H, just the H. Whole, which means complete, version, however weird. Victory was witnessed by the valiant, that means brave, but overwrought and overwhelmed victims of the war wherever they were. All right, so we've got the V and the W both in those two sentences. So practice those. Okay, and that's the end of it. So this has been quite a long video, and that's because I've combined these two sounds, the TH, voiced and unvoiced, the V and the W. Okay, so I hope this helps. I really do. And take care, all of you.